Thank you again for coming back with us to, I guess you could say, season 2 of the Hot Seat. And the following interview is scheduled for one full with a 30-minute time limit. The man in the hot seat this evening making his return. He is the Tupac of super kicks from the Isle of Inzugiri, the head shogun of the Bushido Kings, DeMarcus Rashad.
What's up, kinfolk? How you doing today?
Oh, I'm glad that there's no snow happening. The snowpocalypse is gone. I'm very happy about that.
Yeah.
What about you? Were you doing any cross training in the between storms?
No, but I had an incident that happened last Thursday at my last job. That was crazy.
Nothing involving broken bones, right?
No. Let's just say we had this other hotel I was working at had a meth head. He ran in with a gun. So yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, since you're still here, I'm going to assume that came out to a happy ending.
Yes, it did. Very happy. I'll say that. But it was a crazy situation. It's crazy. It was just crazy. He flipped out saying that people were watching him, and I just so happened to be the one that ended up walking to him while he had a gun, and we had established the police had to come and help us and stuff, and it was crazy. Let's just say that it wasn't the best feeling, but yeah. And this was during the blizzard.
No, that must have just added a little bit of drama to it.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm telling you, they were. Not to sound bad, I understand everybody because all of us went through some stuff, But, the people that didn't have homes, like, blessed like some of us, were doing all they can, and it's just a little edge. But we survived and stuff like that. Nobody got shot. That was a good thing.
Yeah, thank goodness for that. Last thing we need is to start the year off with a bang in a bad way.
It's just crazy that it happened, though, because I was like, first week of working, and I was just like, oh, are you serious? So I ended up like, it's out of all, this is the second time living in San Antonio that I had to deal with a gun situation. So it's like, yeah, I got shot at in 2018, November. The dude came back and shot at me. We were on the news for that one. And this incident, so it's like, I don't know. I'm gonna try my new beginning in Austin next year. So.
I gotta say, the fact you said that sentence as smooth as silk, like it didn't even bother you, just astonishing.
I mean, like the whole incident, I don't know. It's just weird because it's walking up to somebody, didn't know what was going on, and then he had a gun in his hand. And I don't know. I believe that a higher power was like protecting me because I didn't panic, and everything else coming out was like someone else.
Mm.
So, but it's a good thing though. But nothing happened.
Well, yeah, I guess thank your guardian, if I may. I mean, you have been known to post periodically, positive, religious messages. I mean, what background would you say you identify as?
Spiritual. I like to be spiritual. But I like to. I've been dabbing in Santa Mote for the past 3 years.
Ah.
And I tried other religions. Like last year, I tried a religion, but I don't know. I feel, me personally, this probably might offend a lot of people, but I feel that certain things have to claw to you. Not bad claw to you, but cling to you. Certain people, maybe Christianity. I've tried it all, but I feel like I'm in the perfect path when I'm close to her. And many people can say that too. Like many people know. Many people will say, "Yeah, 2 years ago I seen him post her and stuff."
I mean, you got your compass. Who cares where it came from, right?
Yeah, as long as you're happy, you gotta be happy.
Yeah, I mean that does help too.
Yeah, like my son, he's like, you know, it's so much counterculture, but he's like, my oldest son, he's into Scientology or something like that, and I joke around with him and call him Tom Cruise. And then I had asked him one time, like, what made you, like, what? I'm still a parent to him, but I was like, what made you do that? And he was just like you're always against what everybody else says, but you always want to be happy. He was like, so I was like, if that makes you happy, like, go ahead, but I'm not going to sit up here and punish you for that. Like,
yeah. Okay. I mean, I will admit I'm a little uneducated in Scientology, and
so am I.
Yeah,
that's why I call him Tom Cruise.
I guess some other time we could have that conversation, but I'm more than certain you've got a few updates for the people. I mean, have you got anything set up for Mania weekend? I know that's a few months away, but
me and DG got Four Corners Wrestling premiere in Houston, APW. I got some other stuff going on that I'm not supposed to speak about. I'm trying to do my best.
To the benefactor I've been exchanging emails with, it did come through. Thank you. So I will be giving updates on that as well. But as you were saying.
Yeah, I'm trying to, then also too, that Blizzard, it slowed me down, but I'm going to still come up. I have April, I was asked to help promote a Muay Thai 4-man tournament down here. They got 4 different schools, and they're asking me to promote that. So that's going to be something different for me to do.
Very cool. Very cool indeed.
I'm just hustling, and then I found a new artist like a couple of days ago. A lot of people don't know that I promote artists too. I have my own a lot of people don't know this, but like the Uncanny Dream family is not just in wrestling. Like the Bushido Kings, y'all see that, but when y'all see those girls and I'm like Uncanny Dream family, that's also like me promoting the girls that model. I have another girl who is actually a model, and she's about to make her debut with me, but outside of wrestling, like I'm always hustling. Like I got 3 badass artists. Like
hey,
artists.
Make your bread, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I've been in the club business though since I was 15, so I love promoting. So everything just comes easy.
Well, hell, if I could get back in touch with Logan South, have you 2 cross promote people, that could be interesting.
Yeah, man, you got a platform too, man. It's easy.
Well, yeah, but you know, clearly this is more a stepping stone than anything else for you. I mean, you know, who knows if you even return my calls next year or not.
I'll tell everybody, like the Hillboy Entertainment, I'm with them, and like our big homie always says, like, if I make it, we all made it. We all eat. Just stay loyal to who you with, and we good. So shout out to Hillboy Entertainment. So that's one of my sponsors too, and then I'm also like do stuff with them. Like I do features with them too. So it's cool. So.
Well, excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you have shown that you are a little more diverse and unpredictable than the traditional quote-unquote black wrestler right now. I mean, no, you're not the tallest. You're not the most solid, and I mean muscle mass, not like you don't know what you're doing. You clearly know what you're doing in the ring. But do you think that the mold of the black wrestler is gradually cracking in the 2020s?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because you got to look at it like we come a long way. When you watch the early like the 70s and 80s, every black wrestler, well, let's say like they stopped in the late 80s, but like you had the typical wrestlers that every wrestler of my size had to dance and sing. And then you had like badasses like Ernie Ladd, Butch Reed, and
Bad News Jones.
Yeah, and Ron Simmons that had to push it. And then when you get in the 90s, you had like Booker T and Stevie Ray. But like nowadays, I'm not gonna lie to you, I got scared in 2008 watching Ricochet, AR Fox. I've always watched ACH since 2007. I remember him when he was skinny, but like when them dudes started flipping, and I remember at one while I was trying to flip too, and then I was just like, nah. And then here recently, I say being mentored under a lot of people. I remember Rodney Mack telling me at a Brendan Outlaw show 3 years ago, I believe, be yourself. And I remember like seeing certain people like being able to craft their own style and say that they got it. Like watching I say everybody has to be put in a box. You know what I'm saying? Like, and me personally, I know people say don't like say this out loud, but like me personally, like growing up in wrestling and learn how to be a good heel, Michael Hayes, Shane Douglas, and Lance Storm are guys I try to emulate my style after. That's why I really don't worry about trying to do high flying and stuff.
Oh, so a Canadian elitist, a very Southern quote-unquote gentleman, and a North Philly fanatic. Okay.
Yeah. And only one podcast guy saw that, and he when me and Danielle were doing shows a year ago, and said that when I came out and I grabbed the microphone, it reminded him of Shane Douglas and Francine. And on that podcast, we were like, nobody's ever said that, but that's what we've, like, when I get in the ring and stuff, I love to, like, my charisma, I want it to be like Sting's, even as a bad guy. But I want people to be able to see, like, the Michael Hayes and the Shane Douglas, the aggressiveness of Eddie Kingston. And then, like, I've always said this before, like, everybody's like, oh, you always try to be like New Jack. And it's like, no, I know I don't give a fuck in a good way, but, like, no, like, I'm not trying to be like New Jack in no type of way. I just want to be myself, but I want to be able to show love to those who keep me up at night on trying to, like, keep wrestling alive. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like right now a lot of people don't. Everybody wants to do, and this is not knocking nobody at all, but a lot of younger guys, younger than me, that come into business now, they want to do AEW and like high spots and all that, and nobody ever takes the time to watch the old school wrestling and then try to modify what's going on today.
Well, talking about old school, if I might throw an anecdote in there. There's a guy, I don't know if you've ever gotten to share a locker room or the ring with him, at least not any time I've worked the show with you, but his name's Warsaw. And I once saw him actually work someone's arm, and I was counting in my head. Well, I mean, I was the timekeeper, so, you know, of course I did. But he worked the guy's arm for 2 solid minutes. And not like stomp, 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 punch, punch, punch. It was solid grip, flow twisting, worked that elbow. Like, he was always on the brink of hyperextending it, but he didn't. And then he slid up to the shoulder and worked that guy into the ground. And with his background in law enforcement, of course he knows ways of doing that well within legal means without, you know, risk of lawsuit and things like that. So it was very surgical. It was a nature special.
That sounds beautiful. And then that's another thing too, like I love doing my style, which everybody considers strong style. I love the striking and all that. But don't you feel too that technical wrestling, everybody has lost the art of technical wrestling, like the Dean Malenkos and the Chris Benoit's, Eddie Guerrero's? Like, you hear everybody talk about that they're wrestlers, but if you're not high flying, everybody wants to be strong style.
Well, the funny thing is, those that have a mat background today, ironically enough, are just as quote unquote high flying as kids that actually do, tightrope walk and things like that, because they just dive for a hold. They don't, like, if you watch actual amateur work these days, at least kids freshman, sophomore year in both high school and college, like somewhere it slips out of their ear and they have to start from scratch, but they dive for a limb. They don't actually establish that the 245-pound guy in front of them isn't just going to give that leg up. So why go for it in that way?
Yeah.
And believe me, when I got into wrestling, I was getting schooled in technical all the time. So I knew just going for that wrist was a trap. It didn't matter who it was. It didn't matter if it was Jay Sirius. It didn't matter if it was Dark Star. Just because the wrist is right there does not mean you should grab a hold of it. You need to test the water before you jump on in.
That's honest truth. I mean, it's you also. I mean, like, I believe so many. Like, right now I think we're going through a change in times in wrestling. Like, right now, that blood sport, I believe it's a beautiful art, but what they say, we go through a evolution, every 10 years?
It seems about that way. Like, every decade brings something.
Yeah. And I'm not knocking, like, I've always wanted to do a match like that, just to test my skills on it. But I know that I'm not a really good, if the match is right, I can work a submission. And I know how to work a body part down. And they're like, this weekend, because, like, I'm able, one show I'm not going to be able to make it, but my job's allowed me to get off at a time to make this other show. And even when I wrestled Tommy Bolton to do that flying triangle choke, there's another submission that I want to work on, but after my crew taught me how to do it, I wanna learn how to surgically be able, before I put it on, how to dissect the body part before putting it on.
Well, the funny thing is, we already have the tools, just a lot of people don't realize that. Do you have any idea how effective a DDT is on actually making the human neck spasm if executed properly?
Yeah. I'll try to DDT somebody in a real fight once.
Oh, it's effective. You just got to sink in a little more.
Yeah, he let it on his face, but it was just wow. I think it's, you ever hit somebody real hard and it's still a shocker to them? You slam somebody on concrete and they still got to get up, but I'm pretty sure they start feeling it, but it's still you've been hit hard where it's still, you're fighting harder, but that hit, they deliver the hardest hit, but it shocked you enough to fight harder. Your
jaw is still warping 5 minutes in, and you're like, oh, God. Yeah, those are good times.
The DDT is effective, but DDT will get you into shit.
That's why we work on neck strength, kids.
Yeah. There's another thing, I don't know, for some reason I love working on my core, but it's I don't know, man. I like stealing everybody else's working out and try to put it into on a way how to maneuver in the ring.
Hey, that helps. I mean, working your core makes a lot of sense. Think about it, especially nowadays with the kids that want to throw the kicks. They're all going for midsection kicks. They knock the wind out of you. It doesn't matter how good your cardio is. No wind, no fight.
Yeah. And I'll be honest. I had somebody tell me the other day, like a couple of months ago, when I was wrestling. I was like, man, we need man, I want to have a match with you again, And he was like, nope. He was like, bro, when I first wrestled you, your kicks fucked me up. And I was just like, no, bro. He was like, no, you're padded, but it's still them kicks hurt. I was like, well, I was in the moment. So,
a good thing he didn't owe you money.
yeah, but it's, I mean, like Jazz was on this one thing and was on this podcast and was talking about, like, back in the day, you're supposed to be stiff. And then who was somebody, man, I don't know. I was watching somebody, I don't know, I listened to a lot of Jim Cornette, and they were talking about the Walter, and I don't know how you say the other guy's name.
The iconic match with Walter and I know who you're talking about, the smaller Russian kid who is too stupid to stay down, and God bless him for it. But yeah, that series of chops, and he just kept getting up, and you're like, why?
What do you feel about that? Like a match being stiff like that.
I understand why we have to resort to that. It is very frustrating for me, but I get why we have to go to that, because you have so many people that you have armchair badasses out there even more than ever before. Because like even in movies today, Donnie Yen, Jackie Chan coming back with that mean streak he used to have in the old days, the Tony Jaa movies, those three alone, oh my God, like you can get whiplash just watching those movies. Then you've got MMA, and that's one of the big things. Everybody's doing MMA, but then there became this boxing resurgence due to those two dumb fuck Paul brothers of all people resurrecting boxing for it. I mean, it got us another great Tyson match that, oh my God, is he 35 again? Because, Jesus, he was throwing those punches like he was the final boss.
Oh, he's always going to be the final boss.
Yeah. So we have that resurgence of those blood sports, and wrestling has to find a way to keep up. For a while, wrestling was actually going into a more cinematic area, and we were all cool with it. The Hardys got really experimental, and, Rodriguez got a hold of a wonderful lucha promotion, and they did some great stuff that was both some of the most exciting lucha I've seen on TV in a long time, but it had plot and pacing and a really good soundtrack. And depending on which Puroresu promotion you follow, they've always had something. I mean, heck, back in the day for a while, Hard Gay Razor Ramon had a Power Rangers style transformation to become super gay. There was that. Then there were the multiple levels of Jushin Thunder Liger. He would show up with the simple mask, and that would get ripped off in mid-fight, and then his pure mask would come out, and then that got ripped off mid-fight, and suddenly there's Kishin Liger. Like, Jesus Christ. I'm watching a living comic book.
And I believe that's what wrestling is. But then also, too, like right now, man, like my main goal, and I know you've seen this on my post, is we have to rebuild wrestling, bro. We have to save Texas wrestling. We have to put ourselves back on the map. And we got to, like, structure ourselves more better on social media. And we got to, like, legitly, like, cut a lot of shit, like, in wrestling. That's giving us a black eye and ruining a lot of other people. And I'm so passionate about it, and now I got a lot of people that's, like, backing me up with it. I feel that it's time that we just do that. We almost died last year, and I'm just hoping that I got people like you and others truly fulfilled and stand with it.
Hey, I'm willing to be a man of 1,000 jobs if it helps with this. If you need someone backstage, you need someone on the mic, you need someone to open the show or close it out, hey, let me know. But above all else, I'm willing to champion the product, especially if I believe in it. And I've shared oxygen with you on numerous occasions, and I know you're not just in this for the money or using it to try and get signed. Like, you're not a fucking pretty boy like some that lucked out and got on TV.
Yeah.
I mean, you're cross-training in Muay Thai. That's not a pretty fighting style in any way.
That shit hurts. That shit hurts. But
I mean, how are your shins still in one piece if you're doing the training I think you're doing?
Man, I'll tell you this, like, and I never shared it with nobody, but I was doing MMA 2 years before I did wrestling, and that's because we didn't have a wrestling school in my hometown. But I've always wanted to be like watching guys like the Great Muta and Justin Thunder Liger, and then seeing Low Key like blew my mind. And Lance, a lot of people don't give Lance Storm the credit, but like Lance Storm and stuff like that.
Jesus. Yeah, when he was in there, like, get ready to learn how the human body's not supposed to bend.
I used to use his the running when people would run to me. I used to use his rolling Canadian crab, I'll call it.
Oh yeah, yes, the one-legged Calgary crab. God.
Yeah.
Oh, he was so smooth with that.
I hope Steve DeMarcus aren't gonna get mad at me for saying that, but like Lance Storm had the best super kick, man. I would say Rusev because I still can't get it down. His hop and kick.
I think that's also just due to his body type and like how he's trained. Because I mean, for a thick fella, he's got a caboose on him that I swear actually helps.
Yeah, I like, I don't know, I know I do it in two forms. I do a super kick in two different forms, and but Rusev is one way I can't do it. Like the hop one, and then I remember so they caught the ending when I end up super kicking that rapper at PWI.
Oh.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say it. He knew it. I thought he was knocked out because he laid there, and I knew he wasn't a wrestler. But we were in the back, and I was pissed off. Now I got cool with the kids, and they knew this. I got cool with them. But during the show, I was mad because I was bouncing, and the show kept like running late, and they were like, "Yeah, these kids are gonna rap," and I'm like, "Dude, like my boss is texting me," and I remember they were like, "Just go out there and fuck it up." And I was just like, it was funny because me and Danielle was like right there, and I was like, "Oh, I would not give a fuck." So I went out there, and I just remember like talking, and this is gonna be the part where everybody's probably gonna use this against me. Something in my head told me to super kick him, okay? And I remember just super kicking him, and I remember like, this ain't no goddamn hip hop show. This is fucking wrestling. And I was like, oh my god, this is a kid show. And that's the passion. Like, we don't have nothing against music, bro, but like, man, if you can't fucking rap, dude, don't fucking pick up a mic. Like, goddamn, like.
Or at least know how to sing.
Yeah, they didn't know what they were doing, and it was funny because in the back, but like, that's one of our trends too. Like, man, I'm not saying that. Like, I know some of my posts. Like today, I made another post, and I know every other day I make a post about it. But I don't want this to die. I know we have to get rid of the bad apples in wrestling. I know we do. And certain people shouldn't be doing certain acts. You know what I'm saying? In our business and using our business to get, to do horrible things, But I feel that each city needs to represent a godfather. And like, if your school is high on like known in that city, you're the godfather. You're the vet. And if there's anybody in the city that's disrespecting, being stupid on social media, like, people need to check that shit. Because, like, personally, like, it's a lot of shit that went on, and I feel that some wrestlers are legit badasses outside of wrestling. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
And I feel like I'll be honest, like, I'm the type of person that I don't know how to let shit go. Personally, either we like talk that shit out or we box. And I feel like there's a lot of kid shit that happened, and I don't give a fuck. Like, if the person ends up hearing this, like, you already know who the fuck I'm talking about. And, like, it is what it is. But, like, at the end of the day, like, that shit almost ruined Texas wrestling. That shit almost ruined a lot of people. A lot of people, yeah, they need to do what they do, but, like, that's why I say we got to rebuild wrestling. And I know personally, I don't give a fuck who doesn't book me no more. I haven't done nothing in spite of wrestling to ruin anybody or do anything fucked up, but I feel like the politicking shit too is very horrible in wrestling. The homie hookups and shit is very horrible in wrestling. You got a lot of guys that are passionate and that just want to wrestle, don't want to fucking chill. They just want to live their dream. And you got certain guys that are afraid, so they do like the fucked up shit, you know. And I'm sorry, I just get passionate about it, but like that's what I'm talking about. We got to rebuild.
Do not apologize. You do not apologize for that.
Yeah. We gotta get our Texas got to get our shit back, bro. And I feel that's why I'm posting all the time, like guys that are above me, that's been in this business, that's been around the world, that is training people, like we got to go back to the dark side of wrestling. And I'm not talking about like the dark part. I'm talking about what they always say, and I've always tell everybody.
The tradition.
Everybody wants to be but remember how they talk about this was the mafia. We handled our own. We did what, like, if you did some fucked up shit at a show, and you did some horrible shit at a show involving wrestling, you need to be disciplined. Like, and this is what I said to tell people too. Like, I'm not the baddest motherfucker in the world. I've won some, I've lost some, and there's been draws. But me personally, as a man, I don't do the fucking social media shit. And like a lot of guys can get on there, oh, he's a bitch, this and that. Then you got these other guys talking shit, and I'm gonna say this, and people should know this too. And there other people are about, not just on myself but on themselves too. Like, you can't be posting shit, talking shit about somebody on the post, and then everybody else is on there talking shit, not knowing who messes with who. Everybody, including you, like, you know, somebody has your back that's fucked up in the head, that's willing to show you loyalty and love by putting damage to somebody. And that's why another thing, like, I try to tell, like, not trying to tell nobody, but I'm just speaking my part, like be careful who you fuck with on social media.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like
God.
this wrestling thing is cool and all, bro, but certain people I be seeing get disrespected, and then everybody like rides on it, and then like last year, whatever everybody did, let it go. I mean, like, not let it go, but like take care of it. We'll take care of it. If it's done and over, it's done and over with. But don't keep bringing it up just to have something to talk about.
Yeah. Well, I gotta say, that is some passionate insight you've put in.
On the wrestling?
Yeah, I'll admit, that was a lot, but I'm more than certain it needed to be said.
All right. That's good with me. Like we said, the rebuilding of wrestling is all I want to try to do. And to get it back on its feet. It's never a me thing. It's always a us. I consider certain people family. And wrestling as a whole is a family to me.
Well, you do seem like a family man, and it would be a privilege to sit at your table for Thanksgiving.
Oh, and we try to, my immediate family, we try to have it like we've always had it in the 90s. But yeah, I try to, I don't know, I like having passionate people around me. That's the reason why I have the Bushido Kings and the Uncanny family. So you have to, they say surround yourself, but it's not directly surrounding myself. It's also I love the family thing. to keeping a family and stuff like that. Like-minded people is a great thing, but surround yourself with people you can depend on is a greater thing.
Wonderful. Well, just in case, is anything else happening in the near future that you can actually let the audience know about?
We got Premier Wrestling. I have Nitro and Four Corners Wrestling. Four Corners Wrestling. I like the way how he talks. He reminded me of the stories I heard of Bill Watts. And the other place next month is pretty big for me, and I'm pretty happy for that one. So it's just a consistent grind. I mean, somebody had talked to me today about wrestling politics, and I was telling them, like, it's hard when you're passionate, but once you stay focused on what you know you can do with action, it's more of an outcome to it. It's more of a better outcome instead of draining yourself on the fighting aspect of it.
Well, excellent. That is great to hear. And as always, it is wonderful to have you on the hot seat. Just in case, though, is there anyone you can, like, suggest be on the hot seat next time? Maybe I can try and get a hold of some of these people within the next few months.
Oh, man. Keep this one up here and turn the volume up to 20. I'm gonna name 4 people, and 2 of the people I'll be facing soon. One of them I'll be facing him soon. The other one I don't know yet, but it's in the works. Rodney Mack. I'm looking forward to facing him.
Oh, wow.
Somewhere down the future, 1-on-1. I don't know if I got a little bit of time to say this part real quick, but we were on the road going to Laredo, and the Bushido Kings, we were watching the Rainbow Challenge thing. And while everybody was like watching it, we were watching it. We always watch wrestling on the highway, and we're watching his promos, and everybody was talking, and Damien Chata was like, Goku doesn't fight just to fight. He fights to level up. He fights to learn. And I was like, yeah, that's cool. And he was like, and I consider you like taking this as like you should try to jump on that challenge. And I was like, yeah, that's crazy, because we were all like, yeah, nobody's going to accept the challenge. And they knew what they were doing. And so while the days go by, like in my head, I was replaying, like, what if I was able to call and say that, and I'm hoping to put my foot in that. But it wouldn't be out of like how certain people want to be loud. It's about gaining his respect, Ronnie Mack's respect, by facing him. Like, I would like to put my name in that challenge. I would like to do that. And then the other guy is Darian. You already know I'm a big fan of ACW, and he had put on there that he would face me that he would fight me when I had made a list, and I told him I would love to wrestle him in a death match.
Oh.
It would always be like, I got certain guys that I was facing a death match, and I'll say this: I know a lot of people will be like, "This is crazy." If Darian, which I'm pretty sure he's down with it, let's take the ropes down and wrap them around in barbed wire.
Wait. So, I mean, there's different types of barbed wire matches. Are you saying wrap the rope in barbed wire, or have barbed wire, no rope? Or are you talking
no rope,
spider wire?
Yeah, like that. Let's make it look like we on a ranch or something, and just no rope, straight barbed wire.
So like old school Terry Funk Sabu Japanese deathmatch style.
Yeah, but let's add a stipulation. I've never seen this, and you're probably going to jump out the hot seat when I say this.
Oh, lay it on me then.
No ropes, barbed wire, 4 corners, mirrors, death match. Each corner has a mirror, and each mirror will have something different. We'll have a regular mirror in one. We'll have one mirror wrapped in barbed wire, the other mirror laid down with like thumbtacks, and then the other mirror could have like something very sharp on that one.
Well, you gonna fuse like razor blades or something?
I wouldn't. These two matches right here, man. I just wanted it to be to the point where my heroes shake my hand at the end.
That's like 7 years of scar tissue.
Hey, man. As long as I don't look like a duel or a butcher, I'm not tripping. I'm not getting no younger, bro. Sometimes black does crack. Let's just say that.
You heard it here first, folks.
Yeah, we gotta. Like, I was talking to a guy today, and just like man, this year I want to make it right. Like, I'm very passionate about it. I have anger towards certain people, but like, I want like guys like you to be able to be comfortable, to be able to joke in wrestling. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to rebuild what we loved as kids. Like, that's all I want, man. But yeah, the Rodney Mack and Darian Childs, and then somebody need to take this man out the cave. Scott Summers. Let him do one podcast and say hi. And Steve DeMarcus, I don't care. I always say that. I message him this randomly, like random times in the morning. You're still my fucking hero. So yeah.
No judgment at all. And if I'm the one that actually gets Scott Summers to talk, hey, wow.
Yeah. He's acting like an old man, like he's acting like Thanos.
Look,
like,
I mean, the guy put in his time. The guy put in his time. Come on.
Yeah, I love bro. Like, he's one of the guys that stays on my ass too, but he's acting like Thanos right now. He put in his time, and now he done went to another planet and visioned the whole Asian garden. And you're just like, what the fuck? You just destroyed the whole world just to see the sunset.
Hey. If you've seen the posts about his daughter, I completely understand. You know, he wants to be there for her. I don't judge him for that.
Yeah, I don't judge him either. That's my niece. Me and him are brothers, and I can say that. But he doesn't have to come back to wrestling, but we just need to hear his voice on a podcast about wrestling and about his time in wrestling. You know,
just take him off the leash, give him an hour, and let him go.
Yeah. But,
oh boy.
Yeah, yeah. I would love for him to do it, but I don't want to hear some of his stories because I've got to chill with him on a personal level. That's big bro, and he'll tell everybody that. Like, that's.
Well, all right. You do me a solid and give me 1,000 subscribers, I will bend over backwards to make that happen. Shit, I'll even video record it.
Yeah.
First hot seat with actual face-to-face interaction. You get me 1,000 subscribers out of that. Yeah. Make it the Scott Summers special. We'll even do it on it. We'll even do it on his birthday.
Well, hey, we need to, because last year COVID messed up his Branded Outlaw annual birthday, and I was pissed off about that. Yeah, we should make that happen. Ian, you a good dude, bro. I don't know if I said your name right, but you're a good dude, man. Thank you so much for allowing me to be on this podcast.
Hey, thank you too. And if you folks who have sat through this patiently have your own suggestions for the hot seat, leave them in the comments below. I do try to check it out as long as you're not trying to send me another sex link.
Wow.
You won't believe how many times I get links to like South Parisian. I'm not even going into detail. They're questionable sites, and it shuts my comments off immediately because the algorithms and BS. But anyway, feel free to leave a comment below of someone you want to see in the hot seat. And look up DeMarcus online. Check him out on Facebook, Instagram. You've got a Twitter, right?
Yeah, but I don't have no followers, so I just say random stuff on there.
Well, let's get you some followers then. Tell you what, let's match this up. If we can get 1,000 subscribers on here and you get 1,000 followers on Twitter, not only will I bend over backwards to get that face-to-face with Scott, I am going to really roll the dice with this one, but I will see if I can speak to and bury the hatchet with Pliskin.
Oh, you have to, man. And I'll say this: that he's a changed dude. He's not the way he was a long time ago. That's a changed man, a very, very changed man.
No, I've heard, I have heard, and I am taking those people's words. But I'm also getting people saying, "Dude, when are you finally gonna?" Which, for the record, I don't recall ever saying anything either privately or publicly negative about him. And if someone is claiming otherwise, either I was knocked stupid that night, which, if you've ever been in a ring with Pliskin, could very well have happened, or someone's trying to stir the pot. It's the wrestling business. It could be a little of both.
Yeah, we got a lot of people that like to do that. But hey, you know what? We'll do this. We'll say this because I had I'm not supposed. I'll say it. We're one of my girls' friend just passed away last night. So.
Oh, my condolences.
Yeah, at a young age, and that's what I'm saying. Like we just gotta look hot. Like, I'm not saying everybody gotta be best friends, but at the end of the day, like, either we could fix the situation or just try to heal from it and just move on. But if you really don't like the person, y'all just fight, and then after that, leave it alone. Yeah, I mean,
it gets buried one way or the other, right?
Yeah. We gotta. I mean, we just gotta. Everybody's. The world is. I mean, I'll leave it at this. No, this will be the last time for me saying something. Everybody's saying that the world is ending. I don't believe that the world is ending. I just believe that many people are passing away, and it's a hard time. It's a pandemic that's making other people go crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying, I'm known for posting positive things because life is just short, but make the best effort of trying to be positive in somebody's life instead of being a headache, because we never know what the other person is going through mentally, and that's the reason why our friend passed away. So that's what I'm just saying. Yeah, just be aware of other people's issues, man. That's all I say.
Well, you do have my condolences again, but let's try to get this on a positive note.
Yeah.
So, once again, privileged to have you on again.
Thank you, bro.
And I'm glad that you're willing to spare some time with us. And anyone listening, if you have a good moment with the Bushido Kings or DeMarcus Rashad, or just a wonderful wrestling story from the road, something you saw on TV, drop that in the comments as well. Hot seat recommendations, awesome wrestling memories. Local, international, doesn't matter. But until next time, I'm Ian Torch. The man in the hot seat was DeMarcus Rashad. And as of now, the hot seat is burnt out.